Good day, everyone. Today we're going to look at 5.5 and 5.6 together. It is called Powers of 10 in Scientific Notation. Your I can statement is, I can read, write, and evaluate scientific notation. 3 vocab words for you today. Remember, before I get into this, you are taking notes. Pause me when you need to pause me, and we'll look at these when we get back together again next time. Number one, as far as vocab is concerned, is powers of 10. When talking or dealing with powers of 10, we're really talking about mental math when finding quotients and products. When we're talking about powers of 10, we're really talking about something being multiplied by 10, or 10 squared, or 10 to the third, or 10 to the fourth, and so on. Something we need to know is that 10 really is the exact same thing as 10 to the power of 1. 10 to the power of 1 is 10. 10 to the power of 2 is 10 times 10, which equals 100. A faster way of doing that, rather than writing out 10 times 10 or typing into your calculator, is realizing that if it is the power of 2, you're literally going to write the number 1 with 2 zeros, which gives you 100. 10 to the power of 3 is 10 times 10 times 10, which again is a power of 10, so we use the number 1, and add 3 zeros, or how many ever zeros the exponent tells us we need to add. In this case, it would be 3, which gives us 1,000. So again, exponents, powers of 10, multiplying or dividing by a power of 10. We'll talk about, well, maybe we'll talk about it right now. A negative exponent means you're not multiplying by a power of 10, you're dividing by a power of 10. So 10 to the negative first is 10 divided by 10, or simply moving the decimal point one place to the left. Negative means to the left, positive means to the right. So 10 to the negative second power would be taking your decimal point and moving it over 2 places, so you get 1/10, and so on and so forth. So again, a negative exponent means you move to the left, a positive exponent means you move to the right, and we're using these with powers of 10 to help us understand scientific notation. Number 2, scientific notation is a shortcut for writing long numbers in decimals. You're going to have to remember that. I'll refer back to it. The bigger, broader definition, the one that you need to understand, is a number is written in scientific notation when it is multiplied by 10 with an exponent. So it's only multiplied by 10 and it has an exponent. The number must be bigger than 1, so greater than 1 and less than 10. So for example, the number 9 is bigger than 1 and less than 10. If you multiply it by 10 and an exponent, you have scientific notation. If you have a number like 9 and you multiply it by 10 and a negative exponent, you have scientific notation. The positive exponent tells you which way to move the arrow, or move the decimal point. The negative exponent tells you which way to move the decimal point. Positive is to the right, negative is to the left, and we'll be practicing that in a bit. Remember though, the number you're multiplying by 10 in the power needs to be bigger than 1 and less than 10. So a number like this, 3 7/10, works. 3 7/10 is bigger than 1, it's less than 10, and if you multiply it by 10 and an exponent, you have scientific notation. Last thing we'll talk about is standard form. A standard form is a number written as a number. It is the number. It is not written in expanded form like this. It is not 72 broken into place value or 70 plus 2. It is not written as scientific notation. So using using 10 and an exponent. Standard form is literally just the number as you would write it normally using numbers, not letters, or not expanded form, or not scientific notation. You're going to pause. You're going to write yourself a cheat sheet. You can start me back up as soon as you got your good cheat sheet in there. Number 2, reading scientific notation. So we're going to evaluate the next several problems and decide if they are scientific notation or not. So when I look at number 4, it says 1 8/10 times 10 to the 9. The definition of scientific notation is the number we're multiplying by the power of 10 has to be bigger than 1 and less than 10. 1 8/10 is bigger than 1 and it is less than 10. Multiplied by 10 to the power of 9, definitely scientific notation, so I'm going to say yes. Number 5, 26 hundredths. Is it bigger than 1? The answer already is no. It is not scientific notation because the number we're multiplying by is not bigger than 1. Number 6, 46. Is that number bigger than 1? Definitely. Is it less than 10? It surely is not less than 10, so therefore it is not scientific notation. I will point out that this stuff right here is all good. That is all good. It's just that this number was not less than, or not bigger than 1, and this number was not less than 10. Number 7, all good. Number 7 is all good because that number is bigger than 1. It is less than 10. 7 and 814 thousandths bigger than 1, less than 10. This is all good because we're multiplying by 10 and an exponent. Even though it's a gigantic negative exponent, all good. So we're going to say yes, scientific notation. And number 8, again, is this number bigger than 1? Yes. Is it less than 10? Yes. Is all this good to go? Yes. We have scientific notation. So, reading scientific notation, understanding what it truly is, hopefully is something you now get. You're going to draw your line, you're going to pause me, you're going to write a cheat sheet, and then we'll move on to 3. Number 3, scientific notation to standard form. Now we're going to actually start evaluating scientific notation and changing it from scientific notation to its standard form or just its number. So in this situation, we have number 8, and we're multiplying it by 10 to the third. You know that if you have a number or a whole number like 8, the decimal point is actually right after the number, because 8 is the same thing as 8.0. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the number 8, I'm going to rewrite it right here, and we're going to multiply it by 10 to the negative third power. If you remember back to my definition, I said that a negative exponent means you move the decimal point to the left. Think about a number line. Here's 0, here's 1, here's negative 1. All the negatives are to the left, all of the positives are to the right, as you know. So we have the number 8 with our decimal point right there, and we're going to move it to the left 3 spots. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to make these little, like, I don't even know what to describe them, these little loopity-loops. And for every loop I make, I'm going to add a 0 if I don't have a number already there. So my final answer then, if I move the decimal point 3 places to the left because it's a negative exponent, is 8 thousandths. So from scientific notation, the standard form. Number 10, 2 and 7 tenths times 10 to the negative 4th. Again, I'm moving to the left. I already have a decimal point. I'm going to move to the left 4 places because a negative means to the left. So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. When you're showing your work, this is exactly what I want to see for your work. I want to see your little loop-de-loops. Put your decimal point right there. Final answer. 1, 2, 3 zeros. We've got 2,700 thousandths from scientific notation to standard form. Last one, we actually finally have a positive exponent. So we're going to take our decimal point, which is right here, and we're going to move it to the right this time because it's a positive exponent, 6 spots. 1, 2, 3. Nothing to fill in there because I already have numbers. 4, 5, 6. Fill in your numbers, or fill in your blanks with zeros. Your final answer is 9,725,000. So again, we went from scientific notation, the shortcut for writing that number 9,725,000 to standard form. So standard form again in the box, scientific notation, which is kind of our shortcut for writing big numbers and decimals, is where we start. Positive exponents to the right, how many ever places the exponent indicates. Negative exponents to the left, how many ever places the exponent indicates. Draw your line, write your cheat sheet. We have one more main idea to go. Last one is standard form to scientific notation. So we're basically going to do the opposite. We're going to take a number that is not in scientific notation, that is written as is, and we're going to turn it into a scientific notation number. So we have 21, what do we got? 21 ten thousandths. And we want to write that in scientific notation, or our shortcut for writing numbers or decimals. So the way we're going to do that is we need to figure out how to get this number so that it is somewhere, at least the first part of the scientific notation, so that it is somewhere between, somewhere bigger than 1 and less than 10. So what we do is we would just take the given number and we're going to put the decimal point 3 places to the right. So we're going to put the decimal point between the 2 and the 1 because 2 and 1 tenths is bigger than 1 and less than 10. We're going to multiply by 10, because scientific notation is always multiplied by 10, and then we got to figure out what the exponent is. Okay, we did move 3 places to the right, and that's where we had 2 and 1 tenths, But if we're going to write this in scientific notation, remember, we take wherever the decimal point is. So in this case, it's between the 2 and the 1. And if we were going to put it back in standard form, would be moved 3 places to the left. So it's a little tricky in the fact that even though we move the decimal point to the right, we still are going to have to express scientific notation in the fact that if we were to write in standard form, it would have to move back to the left. So it's actually 2 1/10 times 10 to the negative third. Because again, if I were to change that to standard form, in order to get to this number right here, I would be moving the decimal point 1, 2, 3 places back. So it would end up right here. So it's a little confusing going from standard to scientific notation in the fact that, yes, you're moving the decimal point to the right, but it's going to be a negative exponent because that's what tells us how to get it back into standard form. So I answer 2 1/10 times 10 to the negative third. 13's situation is a little bit different here. Now we don't have a decimal point given at all, so we know it's at the end of the number. And in order to make this a number between or bigger than 1 and less than 10, we're going to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots. Because again, the only way we can make this number between a bigger than 1 and less than 10 is to put the decimal point between the 5 and the 4. We do have to keep all of the digits that aren't 0 in place. Once we get to the zeros, looks like we have 4 of them here, then we can say we're going to multiply by 10 and whatever the exponent is. So what did I say? We moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the left. So it's going to be 5 and 43 hundredths times 10 to the 6th. And again, the rationale is, if this is where our decimal point starts in scientific notation, in order to get it back into standard form, we're moving it to the right 6 spots, as you can see there. Last one, 625 millionths, it looks like. How are we going to make this number between our bigger than 1 and less than 10? The only thing we can do is put that decimal point between the 6 and the 2. So we're going to move it over 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. And then we're going to write 6 and 25 hundredths. We have to make sure we write all of our digits that aren't 0. We're going to multiply by 10 always in scientific notation. And it looks like, again, we moved 1, 2, 3, 4. So in order to get back to standard form, when written in scientific notation, we would have to write it as 10 to the negative fourth. Because again, if we were to convert back, we would be moving to the left 4 places. And to the left means you have a negative exponents. So final answer, 6 and 25 hundredths times 10 to the negative fourth. So you really got to be careful when going from standard form to scientific notation and understand that even though you're moving the decimal point one way, you have to think about, if I wanted to convert the scientific notation back to standard form, I would be moving it backwards, therefore your exponent has to be, or backwards or forwards, therefore your exponent has to be whatever direction you would move from scientific to standard form. I know that's a mouthful, but you really got to think, once you write the scientific notation, how does it look? How is that exponent going to look? Draw your line here and write your cheat sheet, and that should do it for today. You should be getting an assignment at some point in some form. Good luck.